What you're about to witness starts with a simple question, but within seconds, it escalates into a high-stakes confrontation involving armed federal agents, constitutional rights, and a situation that could have gone terribly wrong. Two citizens, standing on a public sidewalk, claim they are exercising their legal rights. But from a perspective of law enforcement inside a federal building, what they see looks like a potential threat.
Back again with another video. Today we're at the Hughes County Courthouse here in the great state of Oklahoma. We're here today, as always, to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants recognize our rights and treat us with respect. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so we're just getting inside the courthouse here. We went through the metal detector in the front. Our friendly reminder that they're always recording us, even though it always seems to be an issue when we record them. Let's hope that's not the case here today. So over here we have the court clerk. Let's take a look around. So this is the court clerk's office. You see the different law books over there. So this way we have a little kitchen over here. I don't know.
Hi, can I help you?
Hi, who are you?
I'm Deputy. How can I help you?
Your name and badge number, Deputy?
Deputy Bradley, 3216. How can I help you?
Oh, I don't need any help, Deputy. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You can't record in here, sir.
What do you mean?
It's private property. You can't record in here.
This is private property? Who owns it?
The city.
So if the city owns it, that means it's public property.
Public property would be outside, not inside.
No, for sure. If the city owns it, that means it's funded by the taxpayers, ma'am. Correct? Hi, sir. Yeah, I'm okay.
Go get Robert for me. Can you go get Robert for me? But the problem is that you're walking into their offices and recording stuff inside their offices.
Oh yeah, we can't be doing that.
No, if you were just in the hallways, that would be different, but you're actually going into our clerk's office.
Well, see, now you're moving the goalpost. Now you're moving the goalpost, right? First it was private property. Now it's
Because
only... Yeah. So hopefully they can help you. Thanks, sir. Appreciate your time.
Right out of the gate, the intensity is undeniable. You've got firearms drawn, voices raised, and a clear disconnect between perception and reality. On one side, officers appear to be treating this as a potentially dangerous situation. On the other, the individuals are immediately trying to de-escalate, repeatedly stating they are not a threat. This kind of moment is critical. Split-second assumptions can dictate everything that follows. And when weapons are involved, even the smallest misunderstanding can have massive consequences. What's interesting here is how quickly both sides fall into opposing roles, authority versus resistance.
Okay, I just wanted to get the deputy behind you, the female deputy. You know, I like to spread some education and, you know, spread some awareness on the fact that, you know, she came up to me saying that this was private property. So I just wanted to explain to her that, you know,
I'll take care of it.
Thank you, deputy. Appreciate it. Just want to make sure we're good.
So yeah.
Okay, thank you, deputy. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I have no intention of going to the courtrooms or anything. Just, huh?
I got 4 acres. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going in. That's not what I want to do.
That's all.
Yeah. I'm just gonna stay in publicly accessible areas.
I got it.
All right, thanks, deputy. I appreciate your time, sir. Thank you. Thank you for clearing everything up. I appreciate that. So that was almost a bad reaction there. Private property, huh? So we have the commissioner's office over here. So some public notices here. The election board. We have the district attorney's office. Eric Johnson. Let's take a look. Sir, can I speak to you for a sec? We want to do an open records request for the sheriff. I would like to do an open records request for the sheriff's department.
All right, you are going, I don't know anything about that, but I'm sure you're going to need to file some kind of paperwork.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I have no clue about stuff like that, so.
Isn't this the sheriff's department?
This is one of them, yeah, but I don't know I don't know how you file an open record.
An open records request for public information, like for...
I'm assuming you have to put it in writing.
Yeah, there's usually a form or something, like because it's usually a state statute that...
I do not have that form.
So who would I contact?
Go down and talk to the district attorney and ask them about it.
Okay, I will.
You know, we're glad to comply with anything that's legally...
Yeah, there's a statute, of course. There's a statute in Oklahoma. Okay, I'll talk to them. Okay, all right, I'll talk to them. No problem. All right, so let's talk to the state's attorney's office because There's no way you're going to tell me you can't do an open records request. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Hi, how are you? The sheriff's department sent me over here, the sheriff's office. They said that to discuss with the district attorney how I do an open records request for the sheriff's department. You know, like a public records request.
The district attorney is not here today. Our assistant is in court. You can have a CBO.
I'm sorry?
So the district attorney is not here. The assistant district attorney is in court.
Okay. Okay. So
Now we're seeing a power struggle unfold in real time. Authority is being asserted, but immediately challenged. And this is where things can either calm down or spiral further out of control. Notice the tone here. It's no longer just about safety. It's about control, respect, and who holds the upper hand. Intense encounters like this, communication style matters just as much as actions. A single phrase, a certain tone, can either defuse the situation or inflame it, and here, instead of de-escalation, we're seeing friction. That's a dangerous path, especially when emotions are high and weapons are already in play.
request. Hi, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing well. I'm trying to do a public records request for the county.
Okay.
Do you have a form I can fill out?
Let me find out about
Yeah.
September.
Okay. It's usually it's either public records, open records, where you request public documentation or information from the county itself.
Is there any specific information you're looking for? Or
Yeah, there's specific information, but usually there's a form that you fill out
do we have an open records
for the county.
form for the county for him to?
Request documents.
You work for like an oil and gas company, like you're doing research, is that?
Yeah, I'm taking some pictures and video. I'm doing a story, an investigative story for the county, and I know there's an Oklahoma state statute. I don't remember the statute, but I'm trying to do an public records request for the county here, for Hughes County.
Okay.
There's usually a form or
There probably is, but I'm not sure exactly where that would be. The clerk is out today.
okay.
The only form like that I know of is what we give to the people who come in to do land records research. We just have them sign off on it, but it's a totally different form.
Yeah, it's more of like a general. So the information that I'm looking for is the first, last name, salary, and title of all county employees. Basically, just like
Now that information we normally publish in the paper in, I believe, February, because that is public record.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm specifically focusing on the sheriff's department as far as the title, the name, and salary of everyone at the sheriff's department. I usually just request the county in general, but there's usually a form, especially in Oklahoma. I know in Oklahoma there's a statute that requires access to public records,
Right.
and I understand that you probably do release it. That's fine, but I need it now to work on my story. So maybe I could just write it down. Or you could write it down and hand it to the clerk, because I know there has to be a way to get it done.
Yeah, the best I can do, I can take your information and leave it for her, and she can call you when she's back.
Okay,
That'd be about the best we can do at the moment. Because
Okay.
honestly,
that's fine. Is she coming back today?
no, she's out sick today. She should be here tomorrow, though.
Okay, all right. I'll write down my information for you, and then you can just have her give me a ring, and we can handle it via email. I'll leave my email here too. Okay?
And her email is.
Oh, perfect.
It's got the.
I just came on the wrong day. That's all. I'll leave my number and my email. Trump Reeves 91. Public records requests. Thank you for her card. Thank you. I'll shoot her an email as well. Thank you. Yeah, just tell.
She should be here tomorrow.
Okay.
But I know she was really busy yesterday working on our taxes, trying to get all that stuff done.
This is where the legal tension really comes into focus. The argument shifts from immediate safety concerns to constitutional rights, specifically the right to record in public spaces. This is a common flashpoint in these types of encounters. One side claims authority over the space, while the other insists they are within their legal rights. And this is where knowledge becomes power. Because in situations like this, whoever understands the law better often dictates how the interaction unfolds. But here's the twist. Both sides believe they are right. And when that happens, conflict becomes almost inevitable.
Dedicated to excellence, people serving people. I like it. How you doing, sir? Panama City? Yeah. Do you have a name badge number?
Officer Glass 325.
Okay, thank you. You got your body cam on?
Yeah.
Okay. I like to start off with that. I'm sorry. There was a call for service. I reported assault and criminal threatening. I don't know if they called you guys as well for somebody being suspicious, taking pictures, video. I don't know if you're on like a 2 call for services right now or just 1.
Okay.
Are you aware that the supervisor might have called you guys?
No, I mean, I'm just...
Okay, so you're here for the assault?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's me. I'm just going to let you know I was in there peacefully recording, taking pictures, which I have a civil right to do. I am not and will not be going into any restricted areas, okay. Which I have not and will not do. It's a public lobby right there. Everything else is locked, which is fine. I was in there peacefully recording for a few minutes, and the supervisor in there kind of told me, you can't be taking pictures, you can't record. Meanwhile, he's in there blurting out personal information, violating HIPAA, you know, the whole 9 yards. And then this gentleman right here actually assaulted me. Okay, he bumped into me, pushed into me, and he criminally threatened me, told me he was going to kick. I had no engagement with him prior to.
Now we've reached a critical escalation point. Federal agents are on scene, weapons drawn, commands being issued loudly and repeatedly. This is no longer a minor misunderstanding. It's being treated as a potential high-risk threat. But listen carefully to what the individuals are saying. They're not resisting, they're explaining. They're invoking their rights, trying to communicate, and at the same time, expressing fear. That fear is real, and it goes both ways. This is what makes situations like this so volatile. Both sides feel justified. Both sides feel threatened. And when that happens, the margin for error becomes incredibly small.
They love the Halo law out here, man. It's kind of hard to interfere in my own investigation, no? There you go. There you go. He just told you he assaulted me. He literally just admitted that he assaulted me. Let's see what they do. You made contact. Unwanted contact. It's in the statute. Oh, you got lights on over there. There we go. You got more coming? Probably. Yep, that's sirens. How you doing? Dude, I'm trying to give you your space over here, you know what I mean? I wasn't going any closer, man.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and check this video.
And just like that, the entire tone shifts. This is what professional de-escalation looks like. The lieutenant steps in, not with force, but with communication. He listens, assesses, and most importantly, acknowledges the legal boundaries. This is a textbook example of how authority can be exercised without aggression. Instead of escalating, he creates space for dialogue. And notice how quickly things begin to calm down once that happens. This moment highlights something important. Power doesn't always need to be loud or forceful. Sometimes the strongest authority is shown through restraint and understanding.